Everyone thinks American soldiers are tougher because the US military is bigger, better funded and more powerful. But that's complete garbage. The British Army has been training soldiers for over 300 years. The US Army? 250 years. And when you look at the actual standards, the actual training and the actual combat, the answer isn't as clear as you'd think. So today we're settling this once and for all. British soldier versus US soldier. Who's actually tougher? And stick around to the end, because the conclusion might surprise you. But before we get there, tell us who you think is tougher. Red for the British Army, blue for the US Army. Welcome back to the war. Let's start with fitness, because if you can't pass the basic tests, nothing else matters. The US Army uses the ACFT, the Army Combat Fitness Test. 6 events: deadlift, standing power throw, hand release push-ups, sprint drag carry, plank and a 2-mile run. For a passing score, you need to get 360 points. Each event is worth 100 points, with 60 points required to pass each. But here's where it gets interesting. The British Army fitness test is different. It's the role fitness test, and it's designed to simulate actual combat conditions. You've got the loaded march, 8 miles carrying 25 kilograms. Then there's the 2-kilometre run, the medicine ball throw and the mid-eye pull. But that's not the whole story. The US puts more emphasis on raw strength, deadlifts, power throws. The UK puts more emphasis on endurance and load bearing. Marches, functional tests, different approaches, different philosophies. But which one actually makes a tougher soldier? The ACFT or the British role fitness test? Let us know in the comments. Physical fitness is just the start, because in combat your mind breaks before your body does. US Army basic training is 10 weeks. 10 weeks of drill sergeants screaming in your face, sleep deprivation and physical punishment. British Army basic training is 13 weeks for infantry. That's 30% longer. And for the parachute regiment, 30 weeks. Nearly 7 months of hell. But length isn't everything. The US focuses on intensity. Short, brutal, overwhelming. The British focus on progression. Start hard, get harder. And then there's selection. The US has Ranger School, 62 days of misery, mountain phase, swamp phase, sleep deprivation so severe that soldiers hallucinate. Britain has P Company, parachute regiment selection, 8 events over 4.5 days, the 10-mile loaded march, the log race and the milling. Controlled aggression for 60 seconds straight. But here's something most people don't know. Both countries share training methods. British instructors have trained US units. American instructors have trained British units. They respect each other's methods because they work. So which training do you think produces a tougher soldier? US intensity or British endurance? Drop your answers below. If you've ever wondered about your grandparents' or great-grandparents' military careers, I am offering limited spaces on our military legacy programme. Comment legacy below and I'll send you the details. Training is one thing, but combat is where toughness is really tested. The US military has deployed more soldiers to more conflicts than any other nation in modern history. Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Somalia, millions of soldiers with combat experience. But here's what people forget. The British Army has been in every single one of those conflicts too. Same firefights, same IEDs, same enemies. In Helmand Province, Afghanistan, British soldiers faced some of the heaviest fighting of the entire war. The Royal Marines, the Parachute Regiment, the Yorkshire Regiment. They were in constant contact with the Taliban for months at a time. And remember this, the US had air superiority, overwhelming firepower and unlimited resources. The British, smaller numbers, fewer helicopters and a make-do attitude that goes back centuries. British soldiers in Afghanistan were doing more with less, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. But does that make them tougher, or just more stretched? The US would argue that having better equipment doesn't make the soldier weaker, it makes them smarter. Why fight fair when you can win? So when it comes to combat experience, who do you think has the edge? The US with resources, or the UK with resilience? Comment your thoughts. This is where the real difference shows. American military culture is built on dominance. Be the best, have the best. Overwhelming force, shock and awe. British military culture is built on something different. Understatement, dark humour, getting the job done without making a fuss. And this mindset shows up in everything. American soldiers are louder, more confident, more aggressive. That's not an insult, it's by design. The US wants soldiers who project power. British soldiers are quieter, more sarcastic, more understated. They'll complain about everything, then do their job perfectly. It's the British way. Neither approach is better, they're just different. So which military culture resonates more with you? Let us know in the comments. So British soldier versus American soldier, who's tougher? Here's the honest answer. It depends on how you define tough. If tough means physical strength and raw power, the US has the edge with their strength-focused training. If tough means endurance and grinding through misery, the British have centuries of practice. If tough means combat effectiveness, both armies have proven themselves in every conflict of the last 50 years, side by side, together. The truth is, comparing soldiers from these two countries is like comparing brothers. They train together, they fight together, they respect each other. And anyone who served alongside both will tell you the same thing. When the bullets start flying, nationality doesn't matter, only competence does. So instead of asking who's tougher, maybe the better question is, would you want both of them on your side? And the answer is yes, every single time. Now go check out our other videos where we compare US and UK units. Hi soldiers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments and check out our merchant membership programs. And don't forget to comment legacy for your family's military history. And don't forget to check back in again soon. That's an order.